So, it has come to this, Ernie. I don't know why I wanted to say that. TPC 141, my buddy Ernesto Ausejo. Dude, I started working at a liquor store, and I was telling stories about. Like one of my friends was like, "Man, who's your guest tonight?" He's like, "Oh man, it's my buddy Ernie." He was like, "Who's Ernie?" And I was just thinking, like, as I'm looking at all this liquor, and it was just like flashbacks of just like chugging lukewarm McCormick's. Playing Nintendo.
I mean, I was so poor, right?
Dude,
so I had
dude, we were just chugging that, listening to the Mark, Tom, and Travis show. Just, you know what? Maybe we don't need to tell those stories. Huh? Fucking brilliant, yeah, dude. I like your poster in the background, American flag with Obama. Dude, there's a yeah.
There's I went a while ago. I actually didn't have it up for the longest time, and then I just kind of put it up.
I like it.
It's not been there for probably 6 months.
I like it, dude. Ernie. Everyone listen, Ernesto Ausejo, my buddy from Valdosta, Georgia, and friend of 10 years. What the fuck's going on in the world, Ernie? Is COVID coming back?
It is. It looks like it already is. The good thing is, though, right, that the death rate is low.
Sorry.
So that's good. But, I mean, cases are exploding. Georgia, I mean, now you've got basically every single, major grocery store mandating masks. I got my damn gym mandating masks, man.
Fuck that.
I go to the gym last Tuesday. I just gone Monday. No issues. There you go. Sweet boy.
Crown Royal.
Look at that. I like that.
Yeah, my mom made it. It's pretty cute, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very cute.
But yeah, and then I had to, I wasn't expecting it. I usually run before I lift. And so
no, not anymore.
I'm like, I'm not running in a mask. I'm sorry, that's not happening.
No.
Like, what?
Can't fucking breathe, dude.
I can't fucking. That makes no sense. I'm sorry. I'll lift in a mask. It sucks, but I can do it.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
But a run, that's a consistent. I can't.
Dude, I can't even stock shelves in a mask.
Yeah,
dude,
yeah, exactly. So it's but looks like it's back. My parents got it.
Oh shit.
And luckily, they're both fine. They both recovered.
Fuck.
No issues. It took a bit, but they got their first negative test today back after about 3 weeks, or a month actually now.
Jesus.
So that's good. So yeah, man, I think it's back. I think it's going to be, I don't know how we're going to, I hope we can do it, but I think there's going to be a lot of roadblocks to football.
Yeah.
So let's see, man.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, dude. So I guess apparently it's getting harder for I've been working for 3 days, and now, Ernie, I'm a liquor expert. I'm a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
But apparently it's there's less and less shit available from distributors. There's aluminum shortages and stuff. And
why? From COVID?
It just, all manufacturing, just in general. It just in manufacturing, it's just everything is being scaled down and has been for several months now. And I guess it's just now starting to hit, yeah. And I was thinking, man, second people can't buy booze anymore. That's fuck unemployment, all right, whatever. Fuck March Madness. You can't buy booze. Nah, man.
That's an issue.
That's game over. That is game. Because right now it's all right, we can't work it, but whatever, let's day drink, what happens when that's gone, man?
So I'm actually, I'm working from home this week, so
that's insurrection.
Which is really nice.
Yeah.
Which is really nice, but so I feel you, dude. That would suck if I couldn't have a drink when I wanted to have a drink.
It's coming, Ernie.
That's why maybe I'm gonna go stockpile maybe.
Yeah,
maybe that's a good idea.
It is, dude. Maybe, man. I'll give you the coordinates. I'll tell you when the liquor trucks are coming. We can ambush it. Ernie.
And you gotta send me a Corona mask.
And a what? And a Corona mask? Yeah, dude. People come in and they're like, "Oh, that's cool," and they're buying. I'm like, "Hey, man, buy a bottle of Corona. It comes with it, not Corona, Crown, and it comes with it." Really? I'm like, "No, you dipshit. You gotta fucking take the. God damn it!" But
people are gullible, man. They want to believe.
Dude, man. I don't know. I was thinking, man, it's a weird social conditioning. And I'm not saying this in some sort of oh, it's the new norm, sheeple. No. I'm just what an odd thing that at first it's so odd. We're all wearing masks. And now when someone comes in and it's gotta have your ID, but it's sir, could you put your mask on? And it's a weird, I was just thinking how quickly it just, imagine a year ago. Just go back to a year ago. Everyone's just walking around in masks. What the fuck? But now it's just, hey man, please put your mask on.
So it's the new reality, you know what I mean? I mean, I hear you. It's obnoxious.
It
I
is,
hate
but
it.
at the same time, like there's like 130,000 people dead. Like, you know,
Right.
we were listening to
Right.
Stacy's
So,
mom, and like, dude, that singer, Fountains of Wayne, that guy died a couple months ago from COVID.
I didn't know that actually.
Like, it's real. Like, it's not like, it's COVID. It's like, no, people are dying, man. Like, people are fucking dying.
Dude, it's it's wild. I mean, it's wild. But I mean, I think like it's weird what we're doing in Georgia, you know? It's like we're reopening. It's like the governor is out there suing cities and municipalities for making a law that they have every right to do.
I don't know anything about this. Please inform me and the
So,
listeners.
Governor Kemp down here in Georgia is suing the city of Atlanta and has put out an order that says that no city, no municipality, no one can enforce a mask ban in the state of Georgia other than the governor.
A mask
So
mandate.
if the city of Atlanta wants to make its residents wear masks, they're not allowed.
Okay.
Which I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense, you know?
I think it's just power struggles, man.
And now he's actually suing Atlanta so that they don't do so, I guess. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
The point is, it's.
What is
like
the
you said,
move? What is the move? Like, how is this? How is this? I mean, as Bill Burr said on Joe Rogan, really, we're gonna do this? Me with no medical degree, you and I are sitting here, neither with medical degrees or degrees in any sort of epidemiology. But fuck it, you and I are the new heads of the CDC. How is this dealt with? How do you toe the line between like? Is that government overreach versus like, dude, it's a fucking global pandemic? Like,
Well, it's a pandemic, so it's like, I mean, for me, it's very simple, right? You don't have life, you don't have liberty.
yeah,
So, I mean, right?
yeah, dude. I'm listening. I just finished a hydrogen bomb book, and that was literally they're like, well, if we built a hydrogen bomb, that's not what America's built on. Because with atomic bombs, you can use them tactically. With hydrogen bombs, those are built in with extermination. And Truman said something like, if we don't have this and someone else does have this, it won't matter what we are founded on because we will be a cloud of ionized gas. Like,
exactly.
It's without life, you can't have liberty.
No, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's true, though, man. I mean, you don't have life. How are you going to be free if you're, up with Jesus or whatever you want to believe?
Yeah.
Like,
it's. I mean, I guess it's easy because like all of my grandparents have passed away. I mean, my parents are in their 60s, but like, I don't know. It's like it's easier for me to be like, yeah, man, just let it run through society because like I don't have any like super old people in my family. But it's also incredibly like douchey and self-centered. You know, if my grandma was still alive and she'd be like 88 now, I'd be out there like beating people with a pipe who weren't wearing a mask. It's like a weird, you know.
It's
or if your parents had died, I'd be like, my buddy Ernie's parents died. You know, I'd be out there with brass knuckles. But because that hasn't touched home, I'm more of like, man, this is fucking stupid.
Right. No, I get what you're saying. It's just you want to be over it because it's like, damn, it's been going on for so long. It's been going on for basically 6 months, maybe not really 5 months.
March, first week in March.
So
at least
it's crazy, man. It really is, but. I mean, we got some good news on vaccines, so that's good, right? There's some good. Yes, we have. We've got some results. The Oxford vaccine I read about today looks like it's just making progress. There's like one vaccine. Let me see if I can find the.
I didn't know that.
I'm able to find it, but there's some vaccine right now that basically is just making tremendously. It's good, just making headway, and
fuck yeah.
So it's good. So maybe the next, half year, maybe a year. We'll have something because it's absolutely wild. I mean, my parents got it. They've been sitting at home for basically a month, and they were sick. I mean, they were pretty sick. Now, luckily, they never, they never had any breathing issues. So that's good. My dad got over it fairly quickly, 2 weeks, and he was 62, and he's back at it,
just powering through it. Yeah, it's
back at it.
It's I guess there's really I don't know like. Again, like as someone with no medical degree in this, fuck that. Let's go on to something more interesting. What do you think about all those Department of Homeland Security like masked soldiers in Seattle? Have you seen that?
Yeah, that's absolutely wild.
What the fuck is going on with that, man? It's. I mean, as always, there's some good meme content, but I understand that there was more to life than meme content. So, like, what all is going on? The only thing I saw was like masked guys, no insignia, allegedly with the Department of Homeland Security, and been arresting people. Some people are saying they're being arrested and just people are kind of like disappearing. And that was a thing signed in the National Defense Authorization Act. I think the first one was 2006, extended in 2012. It was very quiet. I remember writing a thing about it in high school and writing another paper about it in college about, like, you can be detained indefinitely without, like, any notification to your family. Is that finally being used?
Yeah.
NDAA 2012, is that finally being used? What is going on? Or is this just a way, is this just some, I don't know, government overreach?
I mean, the reality is the federal government has those powers because you just said it. The Congress gave them those powers.
National Defense Authorization
Act.
So,
yeah, I mean, they have them, right?
Yeah.
Have they used them? I mean, I don't think this is the first time this has ever happened, right? I don't want to be like incendiary. I really don't think it is.
Yeah.
It happened too during the Obama years a little bit, but I say that. But what I don't think has happened, which is different this time, is that you have these men, out there actually confiscating people, human beings. Right?
Yeah, it's not hidden. It's not clandestine. It's out in the open. I said it's not hidden. It's not like it's probably been used before, but how would you know? Because whoever was taken wouldn't.
They just out there saying, we have the authority to do what we have the authority to do. We don't need any permission from any governor or from and I mean he's right to an extent, but you know what? He's definitely right. He's 100% right.
I mean, if he has,
so this should wake people up, and this should get you to speak to your Congress, your congressional representatives, and say, "Hey, listen, this is not okay. This should not be happening." Right? I don't think anyone is okay with this. I mean,
But who's actually like someone like you, politically educated and vocal and active, versus for every one of you, there's 99 assholes like me that's like, call your representative, and then it's just like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna go jerk off. Like I'm just gonna type a mad Reddit comment and be like, rah, 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 rah. We the people, rah, 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 but not actually do anything. Do you think anything is actually going to happen, or is this some precedent? Is this going to be?
Wow. Honestly, man, I'm done making predictions because I've been so wrong.
Everyone's been wrong, man. I am.
No, I know. I get it.
There are multiple videos of me on here saying,
why continue to be wrong? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Room for humility, growth. Dude, there were multiple episodes on here back in January, me being like, man, coronavirus, that's just the flu. Trust me, I have a biology degree. Jesus Christ, man. Fucking ate a big old bag of humble pie. Sucked a bag of humble dicks, dude. Woo! But
it's funny. No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, man. It's all fucked.
It is.
It feels like everything's just breaking. Have you watched? You know what I mean? It feels like everything's just.
It's just kind of. Yeah, it's like the last week of school, and like you've already taken your finals, and it's like, but you still got to show up because of like some weird attendance thing. But like you don't really give a fuck. You're just it's like the last week of school, like before like spring break or like summer. You know how it just kind of starts disintegrating. Yeah. It's just everyone's checked out. The professor's checked out. Like, the windows are open. It's like 80 degrees, and it's like, fucking do whatever. It's you got a lab thing. No open to but whatever. Like girls are in bikinis. It's just like But it's that in like the worst possible way, not in like summer. It's just like pandemics. Fuck it, whatever.
The crazy part of it is that it goes on forever. It never stops. Life
2012 doesn't stop. You're not 2012. 2020, it's not slowing down. Like it's. Do you think 2020 is going to be like next year? It's going to be like, hey, remember when 2020 was the worst of our problems? Or do you think 2020 is going to be like, that was a weird year? Do you think it's going to be like looking back to like your face just now?
I mean, dude, who knows, man? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it'll be real. I don't think this is a new normal. I don't think other people think you're going to wear masks for a long time.
Mm-hmm. No,
we're going to have to.
We'll get a vaccine.
But, I mean, I think it'll maybe be another year, which is a long time.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, the grand scheme, like, you look back and people are like, I mean, I've heard it, like, ironically, like, on podcasts lately, like, man, how weird must it have been in, like, the 60s and 70s, country's so divided. There's a war no one supports. It seems like society is breaking down. Violence, racial like tensions, race riots. Just thinking like, I don't know, man. Like we're getting a pretty good taste of that right now. Like country seems to be crazier than ever. Is this?
Hopefully, it's not a dang decade.
Yeah. But even if it is this something that we eventually look back on like, man, 60s and 70s, that was, honey, don't worry, I survived the 60s. Like, you always see those ladies, like, you'll be fine. Is this going to be like, man, I grew up in, like, the 20s. Like, oh, fuck. Dude, Bob's grandpa grew up in 2020, man. Like, they said it was nuts. Like, is that what it is? Probably. This roaring 20s. Which is like,
I'll tell you, for up here in Roswell, nobody gives a shit. People are going out and having a good time.
You wouldn't know there's a fucking virus, man.
You would have no idea that there's a virus, nor would you have any idea there's any racial animus anywhere.
No. We're talking about that today.
Everyone's just getting fucked up, having a good time, fucking, drinking.
Yeah. You know what I've seen? The great equalizer, man? White people, fucking skinheads, black guys with dreads, Hispanics. Dude, you know what they're all doing? They're all coming in just buying a ton of fucking alcohol. Hey, we're here for a good time, not a long time. It's just like... Yeah, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know at all that there's some racial animal. It's just,
not, dude.
No.
On a Monday night, I'm brought to you courtesy of Dasani.
Sponsored by Dasani. No, dude. It's just a bunch of chicks in bikinis with huge tits buying alcohol. Delicious. Yeah. It's
like it.
No.
But alcohol is just as good.
It's fucking fantastic. But
yeah, so it's what's going on in Seattle's a mess. It shouldn't happen. Congress should do something about it. But the reality is the U.S. Senate is controlled by Republicans, and th're not going to go defy the President of the United States when he is losing by about 15 points 4 months before election. It's not going to happen.
Who's winning, Ernie? Who's winning?
I mean, I think Joe.
You think so?
But who knows?
Dude, I don't fucking care. Go for it.
If I was a betting man, and I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I'll put my money on Joe Biden.
Okay, I'll vote.
And I'll tell you,
I'll bet with you.
And Trump saying what you expect him to say. Exactly what happened last time. Fake polls, fake news. Well, it is similar, but the reality is Hillary never, I think, had a polling average of more than 5 points above Trump ever. Joe is right now averaging about 8 or 9%. So he's almost twice the amount of support.
Yeah.
That's more than enough to retake those 100,000 people we've talked about in those 3 states: Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan.
Is that all? Is that all it really is?
That's all it is. I think it's even. I think it's about 75,000. But I just go with the conservative 100,000 number.
Jesus.
But yeah, that's it. That's all it takes. 100,000 people to go from Trump to Biden.
Do you think?
And I think there's going to be plenty of that.
Do you think it will happen though? Do you think people?
Yes, I do.
I think people.
Look at the polls. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you got to remember something, Tommy. People, I say this every time because people forget. People say, "Oh, the polls were so wrong." No, they really weren't. The polls, they had the popular vote right on point.
Yeah.
What they didn't have on point was the Electoral College. Okay, which for whatever reason is hard to do because for whatever reason, state by state polling, we can't get a good read of. But a national poll, we're pretty darn good at.
Yeah.
So, go look. Seriously, I encourage you to go look at the real clear politics. What they do is they take an average of all the polls that have been made in the entire presidential campaign, and they average it. They say, here's your average that you've led by, and so I think Hillary's average is around 5 or 4%. She ended up winning the popular vote by around 3% or 4%. So, I mean, it's right there within the margin of error. So they were right.
Yeah.
What was wrong were 3 states. Right, because you got to remember the popular vote's looking at the national popular vote, right, which is the popular vote, which Hillary won by 3 million votes.
Yeah.
So they got that right. What was difficult was the Electoral College. So that's the reality. I mean, people forget we're pretty darn good at polling. We know. So these national polls are telling a story that tell you that Joe Biden's been leading consistently and at higher numbers than Hillary Clinton ever did. You add to that the fact that in the primaries he overperformed Hillary by a ton, not just a little. He blew out Bernie Sanders in Michigan, which was not expected to happen because he was so competitive against Hillary. Which all goes to say one thing. It just shows you how flawed of a candidate Hillary really was. How she couldn't beat out a 74-year-old socialist. But Joe Biden, who some people think is senile, can destroy the socialists, right?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Biden's not. Yeah, he's senile. I'm like, no, dude, you're not. No, it's just.
Look, does he look a little older and slower? Yes, I think so. I don't think, but I don't think that means he's senile or he's not there. It means he's just slower because he's older.
Yeah, yeah.
Which just like is what happens when you're a human being.
He and Trump are in their fucking 70s. Like they're in their 70s. It
sucks that he's old. It's not ideal, but I'll tell you, of all the guys that were running, I think he's the safest bet. That's why I voted for the guy. I think people know him. He's Uncle Joe. He's from the Midwest. He's been to Pennsylvania. People know this guy, dude. He's a blue collar union guy. He is the Democratic Party, dude.
And you are such a good politician because like you and I are for the most part, you and I are always on like polar opposite ends. But when I just listen to you talk, I'm just like I just nod my head. I'm like fuck yeah. I'm serious. I'm just always like fuck yeah, Ernie. Like I don't even.
But you know what I mean? Because
yeah.
But I think what I'm saying isn't any sort of fucking crazy wisdom.
No.
It's common fucking sense.
No, I'm just saying you're very good at it. I'm complimenting you. I'm kissing your ass. You're very good at it.
Right? California, Attorney General, too far left. You had Pete Buttigieg, which, whatever you think of Pete, smart guy, but he's gay, and that could be an issue, in 2020 America. Maybe not as much as it would have been 20 years ago, but it'd still be an issue.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to vote for him.
Yeah, it's not.
Actually, he had people confront him, for that. Who else did you have? Amy Klobuchar. Who even knows who she is? She's not exciting. She's the middle of the road Democrat, which is one of my top choices, but she ain't gonna generate enthusiasm. And to be fair, maybe Joe isn't either, but Joe's a known quantity, and Joe was the vice president.
He was vice president for
the most popular Democratic president since Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Yeah, it's just. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even take Obama out of the equation. He was still the vice president for 8 fucking years.
Right.
Just period.
This guy was literally
in the Oval Office.
This guy administered the Recovery Act.
Yeah. You told me about that. We'll go over that again because if everyone thinks that this is like a pitch for Biden, I don't even like Biden, but this is why I love Ernie, is because Ernie's fucking intelligent. But you went over that like 2 episodes ago that I never knew. So please tell that again.
So Joe Biden was tasked with actually running the Recovery Act, which was passed in 2009. Yeah, 9. To bring back the economy, right? That's why we remember when Barack Obama took office in January 2009, we lost 850,000 jobs in 1 month. Like, people forget how catastrophic that was. Yeah. That wasn't just a small little 850,000 jobs in 1 month. It was happening every month.
Bush lit the house on fire and then tossed him the keys.
So Barack Obama comes in, Congress comes in, they put this package, and Joe was tasked with administering it. And I think at the end of it, I think the fraud rate on the program, which was ran by the vice presidential office, was like less than 1 or 2%. Something small. I don't remember the exact number right now. But the point is, the money got to where it needed to go. He's overseen. He's ran a government. He understands. He was in Congress for so long, right? This is why, to me, he's the best choice. Now, that may not be a good thing for all, right? People will say, no, well, I don't want that. I don't want someone who's been in government for 30 years. They've got nothing done. They're part of the problem.
Swamp. Yeah.
They're right to an extent.
Yeah.
They're not totally wrong, right? That'd be ridiculous to say, that's not true. Of course it is.
Yeah.
The guy was there for fucking 30, 40 years. No shit. But just based on the crop that we had, I think he was the best choice. And so I think so. I think this guy knows what he's doing. I think he doesn't need to do much. I think Trump's beating himself. I don't know if you watched his interview yesterday.
I've unplugged for like 2 weeks, so you are my news right now.
So yesterday he has an hour-long. Well, I would go watch it. Hour-long. Just go to YouTube, type in Donald Trump, Chris Wallace, Fox News Sunday.
I did hear about that.
Yeah. And the president just really makes no case, right? He said, if Joe Biden gets elected, forget it. America's toast. It's done, guys. Like, really? You think people are going to believe that?
Whenever anyone says that,
America's done?
Whenever anyone says that, left or right, if they don't win, I'm like, fuck off with that. We've been saying that literally since 1776. If we don't do it this year, it's over. No, it's not. It'll go up and down. It'll sway left and right. It's not. Our country is lost. Fuck off. We got through the Cuban Missile Crisis. Fuck off.
So that's what I'm going to think about it. He makes no clear, doesn't articulate, because this is who he is. He just expects people to get it. And that's fine. That's what Donald Trump is. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's already baked in the election, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He doesn't articulate it, and so I think there's an opening for Joe. I tell you what, it's going to be hysterical. It's going to be those damn debates.
They're going to be fucking brilliant.
Those are going to have probably the best ratings.
Because there's no sports, dude. So this is going to be insane.
There is, and it's still not the same.
This is going to be insane. Do you think they're going to be in person? Do you think they're just going to be like an empty place with no guests?
Yeah, all you gotta do is just get tested.
Yeah.
Make sure they don't have it. Make sure the moderators don't have it. And as long as one of them do, no reason why, as long as they're 6 feet apart.
It's going to be fucking brilliant.
I bet you Joe Biden walks in with a mask, Trump has no mask on.
Oh, yeah. Or do you think they're going to have fucking just, like, really, like, roll your eyes? Do you think they're going to have masks, like the tie, blue and red? I think just really fucking shitty.
Maybe. Hey, man.
Dude, what do you...
That'd be crazy. But yeah, Joe Biden is leading, at least,
What if Biden starts playing Trump's game? I want to see Biden come out and just, like... I don't want to see, like, a revert back to, like, Trump, get out of here.
Here's what I
want to see Biden start tweeting shit. I want to see Biden start going Trump.
Do me a favor. When the next time we talk, I want you to watch... And you may not remember. You may have seen it, but just go watch it. My dumbass rewatches debates like they're sporting events, right?
That's why I love you.
Go watch the Paul Ryan, Joe Biden vice presidential debate. Go do it.
Was that 2012?
2012.
Okay.
Just go do it. I love Joe Biden. He's going to do the exact same thing with Donald Trump. Joe Biden doesn't hold back, dude. People just don't. I haven't seen Joe for real, like in the spotlight like that. That was 8 years ago, right? So I get it. And he's not the same guy. He's a little older, a little slower. We get it. But I'm telling you, when he wants to be on his game, he'll be on his game. And I'm going to tell you right now. Just go watch it.
It's all right.
And we'll analyze it next time. Because I think you're going to find it very enjoyable.
All right.
He's kind of a cocksucker. Yeah, I love.
But dude, what I like, dude, and again, this is from like. I'm more conservative, but what I fucking love...
Trump is the same way, right? That's why he's so funny.
But that's why I love when people are like... There's like a... It's like someone like... I don't know who... It's like some factory worker. Biden's doing just one of the fucking presidential whatevers. And he's out and some factory worker says something to him about like Second Amendment something. And Biden's like, let's go outside. I'm like, and everyone's like, that's not presidential. I'm like, that's awesome. That's why I think Trump's hilarious. I'm like, I want more of that.
And it shouldn't be happening, and that's what Trump does, and the Democratic nominee should not be doing it. But
I think you gotta fight fire with fire, man. I think Biden's gotta fucking. I think Biden's gotta start dropping tweets.
No, Tommy, when you're trying to be the president of the United States, you're not just some guy, dude. You're not just Joe from like the corner who's gonna come kick your ass. Like, no, you are in charge of the most powerful military in human history. Mm-hmm. You are in charge of running the largest government
of the world. You know what I mean? You're running. You're
the government on the planet.
You're running the world.
So it's not a joke.
No, it's not.
You can't be doing that, man. No, you just can't. And we, I can't be making that case if my nominee is doing the same thing. You know what I mean? I can't. I'm a hypocrite. And ultimately, what it does, even if I don't make the case and he wins, it devalues the office. Yeah. Because now Trump did it, or now Biden's going to do it, and now everyone's going to do it because now they all do it. Mm-hmm. That's not okay.
Yeah, that's idiocracy.
And if it doesn't stop now, it's going to continue to go on.
But what if there seems to be no other way to beat him? What if it's like, all right, Trump
pulls there has to be, Tommy, because dude, it was, man. Barack Obama never did that. No. George W. Bush never did that. Bill Clinton never did that. Yeah. George Bush never did that. Ronald Reagan. Come on, man.
Yeah,
there's a way to do it, okay? I mean, this is one guy out of 330 million people. Like, give me a break here. 350 million, I'm sorry. Give me a break here, okay? Yeah. We can find one guy to not be that way. Like, come on. You're trying to run the fucking free world, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't just, you ain't just fucking working at Equifax like me, all right? Yeah. I mean, you ain't just working at fucking ABC Liquor, all right?
Ernie.
You ain't just working at fucking Nissan. Like, no, you're running the fucking free world, dude.
Ernie, I would vote for you 1,000 times out of 1,000 times.
Well, thank you so much, sir.
I legitimately mean that. I fucking love you. I would vote for you. That's how, you were not born in the U.S.? You were born in the U.S.?
I was not.
God damn it.
I know, man.
So what's the highest office you can run for?
I wasn't born here.
What's the highest office you can run for?
I mean, I could be...
Well, I mean, they're chain of succession, so...
Technically, the highest that I could be without technically being right next in line...
You just froze up. Ernie? The NSA is cutting us off. Are you back? Ernie? Ernie, blink twice if the NSA is at your house. You back? Well.
I think.
Are we back? Okay, he's back, I think. No, I think it's all fucked up.
Back?
I can hear you. Jesus, this is fucking terrible.
I mean, look, I see myself moving.
I can't see you, man. This is...
Said my connection was unstable.
God damn it, hold on. Fuck.
I mean, you can call me up, but you can call up.
Jesus. Ernesto Ausejo has vanished. Sorry, everyone listening. I am trying to fill the space by talking to you. What? I think... Ooh. Ernie?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
I can hear you. Are you back? We're back. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, so internet's shaky. Okay.
So I'm saying that the highest position that I could be would be Speaker of the House, probably.
But you couldn't be in the line of succession, right?
I mean, yeah, but think about it. Who's I mean, I couldn't, but like, also, who's going to be policing? Who's going to be like, make you Speaker of the House? Like, if I was really like in that position, which, God bless, that'd be awesome. But think about it for a second. Like, you're not going to be Speaker of the House because we're scared that the president and vice president will die, and then you'll be president. You know what I mean? Because if that really came to pass, I obviously couldn't be president.
I think you're.
I don't have the qualifications for it.
I think you're being too nice to the American people. I think you'd absolutely fine. Hold on. Well, this Mexican boy.
No, but you gotta remember who picks the Speaker of the House. It's not the American people.
Yeah.
It's people in Congress. They vote.
Yeah.
I mean, so all it takes is convincing people who know you already.
Yeah. Who
have ultimately served with you, hopefully, right? You're not going to become Speaker of the House by being a one-term congressman. You're going to have to do it for 20 years.
Yeah.
Right? Have gotten to know, help other Democrats. Like, they're not going to be like, Ernie's not really an American. He can't. You see what I mean? Because then that's just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
just the inner workings, I guess.
Ernie, my internet's fucking up like fuck. So you want to do like 5 more minutes? You are like glitching in and out of reality.
Yeah, man, that sucks. I'm sorry.
No, it's not you. It's not you, dude. It's my internet. My internet's sucking dick. Ernie, you got
sweet Tommy boy.
Yeah, you got. So let's do a couple minutes, Ernie. Give me your best pitch for Joe Biden, for everyone out there that absolutely hates him. And I'm not a fan of him. I like Trump. I know. Fuck me, right? I'm a Nazi. Ernie, give the best pitch.
No.
Give your best pitch for Joe Biden.
If you want a return to normalcy, if you don't want to hear chaos coming out of the White House every single day, if you don't want to be embarrassed with a president of the United States has to say about its people, its country, if you don't want to be embarrassed by the president of the United States deals with the worst moment of racial animus in 50 years.
What are some policies, though? This all sounds good for like a Facebook post. What are some policies for the smarter people listening?
Policies right now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't gotten my granted. I'm gonna be totally honest. I know who I'm voting for. I tell you what. I think where he's probably gonna try and go. Okay, we've touched the policy. I mean, I can make some differences.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to build an Obamacare. Right. That's important. Healthcare is important for Democrats. Important in the middle of a pandemic. Makes sense. You gotta have healthcare if you get sick. So the Medicare for All plan, he'll try and pass that. If he regains majority in the Senate, the Democrats regain, which can happen in a big election. If Joe Biden goes out and is competing in Georgia, which he is, according to polls. Now, again, these are polls. These are state by state, so not the national. Those are a little different. But according to some state by state polls, Joe Biden is down maybe a couple points in Georgia. He is only down 5 in Texas, which is insane to even think that it's a thing. Yeah. But it's a thing.
Yeah.
Because the suburbs, what we've seen in the Trump era is that the suburbs that used to be reliably Republican are now becoming Democratic. And that is a huge problem for Republicans because now you're adding not only the city vote, but you're adding the suburbs around it, right? So that's why for where I live right now is District 6, which is where Newt Gingrich used to be the representative of, right? One of the most conservative people. And now we have Lucy McBath as the congresswoman today. First time a Democrat's won this seat in probably 20 years, at least 20 years. So it's changing, and that's not good for the Republican Party. It's not good for Donald Trump. And we've seen with every election that we keep seeing in the last 4 years, this trend keeps accelerating. It's not going the other way. It keeps swinging towards the Democrats.
Yeah.
And that's why, another reason, Joe Biden is probably going to win the election.
Touche, Ernie. I love it because I love having on people that like I don't like to talk to other people like with my views because then we just end up sitting here jerking each other off.
Right.
Yeah. You touched on it last time. I want you to touch on it real quick. 3 minutes. Renewable energy. What is he doing differently with that?
What's the question? I don't know. And I told you I would know by next time. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. My internet thing came up again, so the connection
is
unstable. I honestly, I don't know. I have to imagine it's, above all approach. I really don't know. I hate to sound like I haven't been listening, but I honestly haven't been listening.
Dude, I don't know.
I have tuned out really mostly a lot of the plans because I feel like they're policy, right? It's all very personal. And this election is going to be a personal election. And honestly, man, yes, policy is important. Obviously, it's the most important thing, but this election isn't a policy. No. This election it's really not. This election is about the soul of this country and where we're headed, right?
It is the popularity
contest. 4 years of it. Right. Well, it is, but I think it is.
More than ever.
Every election is a popularity contest.
But now more than ever.
There's something deeper than that. Right? There's something that unites us as a people, right? So we know, for example, that minorities deserve every right that every white person does in this country. I'm one of these people. Of course I deserve it, right? But the president gets out, and when he's asked about black deaths, well, white people get killed too, white people die too. Why do you have to say that? That's not the concern, Mr. President.
Yeah.
And so that's fundamentally, Tommy, something that is un-American. That immediate instinct to want to jump at it instead of understanding. You're the president. I understand how you personally may feel. But take a step back. Black people are your people too. You're their president too. You don't have to admit it. They don't have to like it. It doesn't matter. You're still their president, and you should act like it. And so when a president doesn't act like that, that's a problem. That's fundamentally, in my opinion, un-American.
Yeah.
And so when you want to turn off people like that, that's a problem. And the president should never have those views. A president shouldn't get out there and try to destabilize NATO or world institutions that we have been making and molding in our image for decades.
Yeah, 6, 7
that to me is fundamentally un-American.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean the president hates America. That's not what I mean to say. Maybe that's a little incendiary language, right? Sure. But what I'm saying is it's just, to me, antithetical to America and what we've been doing. And so, it just needs to be course correct, please. Jesus Christ. I don't even care if Joe Biden gets anything done. Just give me some normalcy. Like, let's have a president that doesn't insult, whose first instinct to degrade people, but is to listen, to build us up, hopefully, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean the man's going to be perfect, but God bless. I promise you, if you went up to Joe Biden and you said, hey, you haven't done a good enough job on this virus, he wouldn't say, you're a nasty person. That you're nasty. That's not the way it should be.
Your wife is ugly. Your wife is ugly. Terrible guy. Right. Ugly guy. Bad.
Your father killed JFK. I don't know. I heard it. I saw it on the magazine.
Yeah, dude. That is the fact that he said, like, Marco Rubio has an ugly wife and his dad killed JFK. That is insane.
Well, ultimate, don't forget this one. Mr. President, you weren't born in the United States of America, and I have proof. Don't forget that one.
Yeah, don't forget that little one.
Remember, that's how Trump started his career in politics, really, for real.
Yeah,
really
I know. Birther movement.
Trying to discredit the first black president in the United States of America. So just remember that. You can't forget those things.
No.
Right? America, that's the choice we have
maybe
in front of us.
Maybe in that sense, Trump can deliver some good in that it was a wake-up call to...
Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I was gonna say, in like the sense that like it's like what good is coming from coronavirus? Like how much are we gonna love like the things that we used to take advantage of? Just going to the gym. Just going to the gym. How much are we gonna love those normal things again? That is a good. Maybe that is a good that comes out of Trump. Is like, we go.
Maybe what? Maybe in everything, as bad as it may be, it's not that bad, right?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I hear you, but those are the things, Tommy, that matter because, and we've talked about this before. At the end of the day, it fundamentally changes the way people view the office because, well, Trump did it. Why can't the next guy do it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if we have 8 full years of that, it's not going to help to try and reverse that trend, right?
Yeah.
You have 8 full years of policies and talk tracks, right, and talking points that always do that. It's going to be hard for the next Republican, by the way, who's going to come after Trump, to try and grab the mantle of the Republican Party if they feel like they have to echo those talking points.
Be insane, like
because that's what's popular in the Republican Party. Is it? That's the question. Is it a Trump phenomenon, or is it a Republican phenomenon? Right?
That's true.
I'm willing to say it's more of a Trump thing. That the minute that Trump's gone, we're going to have some normalcy back. I have to imagine. God bless. I would hope. I would like to think that's the case.
Yeah.
But maybe not. Maybe that is who you have to be now to become a Republican nominee.
Just
maybe it is for
crazy.
real, and we won't know that until the next time that Trump is on the ballot.
All right, let me ask you this.
Now it won't be crazy, and actually no, it's not going to be. He's too old. Never mind.
Wait, what?
Crazy is he lost, and then he came back and ran again. It'll be too old. It'll be like 84, 83.
Who, Trump?
That'll be funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what happens, Ernie? Your predictions. What happens? What happens if Trump wins? Just no explanation. Just like let's just go forward 5 months, 6 months, whatever. Let's just say he won again. We don't even answer why. Whatever. Let's just say he does. What happens?
I think he'll be. I think he'll be regarded ultimately, whether it's 4 or 8 years. I really do, as the last grasp of. How do I want to phrase this? Of the old America, if that's the way to put it.
How so?
I don't know if that makes sense.
It doesn't. I'm confused.
I think this gets a little racial. This is something where I think
it's my podcast. Say whatever you want.
Which is there's I think 2 big divides in politics. The first big one is urban suburban. It's a huge divide now in American politics. Or urban, versus rural. Right? People who live in the country are voting for Trump 80% to 20%. Mm-hmm. And then in the cities, it's the same way, 65, 70%. And the second biggest divide, I honestly think, is racial. I mean, right? You see it right now every day. And I think, and I hate to say this, but it's probably true. And it may not, but this is the way I look at it. I've been to Republican Party events. I've been to Democratic events, obviously. I've been to both. And the Governor Deal won his re-election in 2013. I went to the governor's ball. Mm-hmm. Why not?
Fuck yeah.
He's our governor. He won. What am I going to do about it?
Yeah.
But what I saw is that the Republican Party doesn't look like America. The Republican Party is almost exclusively a white party with white interests, not the interests of all of America. That's why you have the President of the United States who 20 years ago didn't give a flying fuck about Confederate monuments because he's from New York. Yeah. Trump doesn't give a fuck about Robert E. Lee. Are you fucking kidding me? You can't believe that. But that's what he's doing now.
Yeah.
Protect the monuments. They're going to take our monuments. They're going to take our heritage. Heritage.
Put up the finger.
Our American heritage.
Yeah.
That to me has racial undertones, Tommy.
Okay.
That to me speaks, this is our country, and we're not going to let it go that easy. It's very similar to what happened to California in the 90s. They had a very last grasp of anti-immigrant, very racist conservatism. California used to be a conservative state. Ronald Reagan was the governor. That's what launched him to the presidency.
That's true.
Of California. Ronald Reagan is a conservative, right?
Yeah.
He was never a liberal. And in the 90s, they had all this stuff, and now they're wiped out. Now California is probably the most liberal state in the country. This is what it feels like
Okay.
to me, with some historical analogy. You have this last grasp of these people who want these crazy rules. We're going to go to port, we're going to build a wall. And the building wall isn't even that crazy. But I think you say that, and it riles people up. It riles white people who are sitting in rural America, whose kids are dying from heroin, whose jobs are disappearing, who barely make minimum wage and barely live, whose people, right, for the first time in a generation, white males' life expectancy is decreased, right? Because people are dying sooner than they've ever died, right? Or they're going backwards instead of going forward. So I don't blame them for being bad. I think some of it they can, you can assign that blame to whoever you want, but then Donald Trump comes up and he calls us Mexicans rapists and gang members.
Yeah.
We're changing America. Laura Ingraham gets on Fox News and says, we never asked for these immigrants. We never asked for these brown people. What are they doing here? Basically saying it without saying it, Tommy.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when I heard it. And so that's what saddens me. I feel like the Republican Party is becoming, because it is majority white and it serves white interests. And I think it's unfortunately not always, not everyone, obviously not you, not Cal, not a bunch of my buddies.
Sure.
But I think for some older people who are seeing how much the country's changed, they look back 30 years ago and there were a lot less people who looked like me in this country 30 years ago. So now you'd fast forward to today and they're going to go, everywhere they look now, there's brown people, there's black people. I think it scares the hell out of them. And I think the only party that speaks to that fear is the Republican Party, because the Democratic Party is the other side. We're open, we're inclusive. Let's bring everyone in. Let's make sure that we're the melting pot we've always been aspiring to be. So the Democratic Party, when you go to Democratic Party events, it looks like America. It looks like cities of every background, of every color, every religion. A lot of times from not even this country, like me. And that's the reality. And the other reality, too, is that the more you hang on to that white vote and you don't try to reach out to everyone else, you're going to lose. I mean, right? I think we talked about this last time, right? What was it? We've had 5 presidents, we've had since 2000, there's an election, 04, 08, 2012, 5 elections. We've had 2 Republican presidents and 1 Democratic president, right? George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump. And out of those elections, the Republican Party has only won the popular vote. Out of 6 elections in the new century, or in the new millennia, twice. No, not even, once. Of 5. What does that tell you? They don't have a majority, Tommy. There is no Republican majority. They're hanging on, and they have to make sure that those that vote for them come out and vote, because if they don't, they're going to lose every single time. So what do you have to do to get them to come out? You talk about your heritage and bringing your country back and making sure it doesn't go away. It's here. But you got to vote for me, because if you don't, the country's gone. I can't bring it back.
It's gone.
You should have a look. But how sad is that, right?
Yeah.
So look, I may not be fully right. There could be a lot of holes you could poke in the theory that I just said.
Sure.
Because that's not to say, because when I say that, well, you just sound like every Republican's a racist.
Yeah.
It sounds like that. That's true. And I don't want to come off like that, because I know it's not that simple.
Yeah.
But I think that those people that he needs to come out, he needs to talk to them that way. And it's sad to me. There is a reason why white supremacists go out there and endorse Donald Trump. Doesn't mean he's a white supremacist. Doesn't mean he's a racist. Now, we can have a pretty good debate about that. I probably lean on the side that he's more. I think he's more of just a dumb uncle who just says what's on his mind, maybe more than racist.
Yeah.
But he's got his prejudices. That's okay.
Sure.
There's a reason why those people feel at home with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying is there's a reason why they're okay with endorsing Donald Trump. They're not endorsing Joe Biden for president. I wonder why that is. Like, as a policy, they don't give a fuck about policy. Come on.
I like what he's doing with nuclear energy. He's just...
Come on. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Because he's going to defend your heritage, and he's going to make sure your country doesn't disappear. We're getting our country back, remember?
Yeah.
So to me, and that's dangerous. It's very dangerous. Because it leads to the kind of policies and politics we've been seeing. And right? And again, not every Republican's a racist. Not every member of Congress who's a Republican is a racist. That's absurd.
Yeah, sure.
But there's a small number of people who, unfortunately, in my opinion, more. Steve King out of Iowa said some fucked up shit. The man was talking about kids coming across the border being drug traffickers, like 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds. I mean, he was talking about kids having calves the size of cantaloupes because the amount of drugs they're carrying through the border. They're coming here, and and he says that basically they called him pick of the litter. Human beings, Tommy. How do you manage to vote for you if you talk that way about him?
Yeah,
how and why are you talking that way about him?
Yeah.
What does that say about you and what's inside of you as a person?
Yeah.
And your character.
Yeah, that's not good. You can't say that. It's.
You're gonna agree with me on this?
Yeah.
Well, you can't say that, right? But it's just as absurd when you've got African American Democrats who think every white person is racist, or who thinks that every white person basically is the worst ever, and that they deserve to that you should give them what they ask for. That's also absurd.
Blanket statements are just
it's ridiculous.
Are stupid.
Both sides have it.
Yeah,
right. Both sides obviously have it, right? But that's the fault, in my opinion, and it's sad to me because if you win one popular vote out of 5 national elections, and you win one in 2000 post-America, how are you ever going to win a national election again? Donald Trump got lucky. That's what we're all saying. 70,000, 100,000 votes. How can you continue to win national presidential elections when you have to appeal to the entire country, not a subset of the country, to the whole country, Hispanics, whites, blacks, Asian, yellow, whatever, all of them. If you don't have policies for those people, if you don't cater to them, if you insult them, how are you going to vote elections? How are you going to get their votes?
What do you mind? I know I'm pushing you over. Can you touch on that? Because there does seem to be more and more. At least I see it in the periphery on like online, social media, wherever in the news. Questions about the Electoral College and that fact brought up, the who's winning the national elections. What are your 2 cents on that? Just in general. I don't want to give you like a loaded question, so I'll leave it completely open ended. What are your 2 cents on it?
I was talking.
Ernie?
We started talking about politics. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we are.
So we started talking about politics, right? And he brings this up and goes, what do you think about the Electoral College? I think we should get rid of it, I said, the way you think of America today, it's not what's happened now. It's only happened 4 times in American history. 2 of the, maybe 3, maybe 4, 3 or 4. But 2 of the 3 or 4 have happened after 2000. First time George W. Bush won, and Donald Trump's election. Again, when there was a minority of the vote that was won, it happened twice in a span of 16 years, benefiting one party exclusively.
And the 2000 election was fucking hairy.
Right. And so
hanging chads.
And so the reality, right, no, you're absolutely right. And so I asked him, why is it necessary? Because this is always what it comes down to. And this is what I think where I break down the argument of why the Electoral College should even be around anymore. And maybe I'm wrong. That's okay. Maybe someone's smarter than people. But here's the reality is this. I always ask someone, why do you need the swaths of America to be counted more, right? Or I say, what do you need it? I'm sorry, I don't even say more, because that comes to me. Because they always say, because a vote in Montana should count just as much, if not more, than the vote in New York. I said, Connor, but in a popular vote, that's exactly what happens. When people always say, because the argument always goes this, well, the real America needs a voice too, right? The real America needs a voice too. The plain, just because there aren't enough people there, they should have a bigger or a more amplified voice, only because there's, you know what I mean? So when you start hearing more, or I don't want more, here's what I know. What I know is that a New Yorker is just as American as a guy from Kansas. I know if the Californian is just as American as the guy from South Georgia.
Yeah.
When did we start saying what real America is or isn't?
Yeah.
Because that's what people always tell you, right? Hillary won the popular vote by 3 million votes. Well, they're all Californians. Yeah, they're Americans.
Yeah, they're in America.
Sorry, they live in the United States. I'd be willing to argue to you that California is more American than any other fucking Midwestern state in the world, because that's what people know California is around the world is
California, Hollywood, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right. Yeah.
So
Kobe.
When I hear those arguments, it's always about giving some who are losing power more power. Why? Make your case.
Yeah.
Go try and win their votes. Go with policies that maybe are more popular with them, instead of trying to shove something they don't like down their throats. And then they never like you. To me, it's absurd. Every vote should count the same. One vote in New York counts as much as one vote in Montana. One vote in Wisconsin counts just as much as a vote in Mississippi.
Yeah, I mean...
To me, it's that simple. And to me, when a clear majority of the American people are telling you in 4 or 5 elections which party they're voting for more and more and more, and there's a majority there, instead of you trying to do something, and no one's even trying to do anything, it's just the rules of the game. But it's not going to change. Let's be honest. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But instead of trying to hold on to what you've got and maximize that, then you should try and appeal to the new America that you're obviously not appealing to.
Yeah. Yeah, you would hang on to it if you had other avenues.
Like, there's something wrong with your message, and the reality is those people that you were trying to, bring out by saying whatever you're saying, they're going to die. They're dying already. I mean, the white percentage of the vote drops by about 2% every 4 years. It's just a slow decline, right? So I don't understand the strategy. I mean, I get the strategy.
Yeah.
It's just a bad strategy because it's not a long-term sustainable strategy. Strategy.
It's breaking up on us. Ernie? Ernesto Ausejo? Ernesto Ausejo. I think he broke up.
Can you hear me?
Yep, there we are. Ernie? Fucking internet. There we are. We're moving around again. Nope. There he goes. God damn it. For everyone listening, I'm sorry. If somebody wants to pitch in and buy me some satellite internet so I can talk.
I don't know what's going on, dude. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. And he's... God damn it. Hold on. Wait. Are you back? Are you back? Now I can see you.
Yeah. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. All right, let's wrap this bitch up because my internet's having a stroke again.
You're good, brother. So we're just saying that to me, that's why they electoral college. Because to me, it's always about giving those who are losing power or those, more of a vote because they're real Americans. And obviously the Californians and New Yorkers are not real Americans.
Yeah, well, they're
which to me is absurd. Why is that a thing in American politics, right? Because you've heard that before.
I've absolutely heard it, yeah. California's got a massive GDP. Why would you not be appealing to them? They've got bigger GDP than Russia.
That's what I'm saying. It's like those votes don't count. Why? Because there's more of them? Sorry. Make a better case.
No, call it what it is. It's because they're not voting for you. That's what it is. But you can't say that. You can't say that.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
It's fucking like fraternities in Valdosta. Why isn't he getting a bid? Well, I don't know, man. It just didn't seem really cool. It's because he's not white, dude. Just fucking just say it, man. Like, at least own it, you douchebag.
They told me it's probably because of the I think they told me it's because of the braces. I was a brace face, remember?
You have great teeth, Ernie. Fuck them.
Now after the braces.
Good. Hey, long-term investment. The long con. We'll see who's laughing now. You got a steady job and some pearly fucking whites. It is, though, dude. I've been telling stories about Valdosta at my job, and yeah, people are... I don't think they believe them. And I'm like, no. There's racism that's like not really racism. It's just someone saying that's racist. It's like, no, you just don't agree with them. Just that guy's just fucking shit talking. And then there's
which, by the way, is also,
what? What did you say?
I was gonna say, which by the way does happen, right? There's people who try to be victims and are not.
Yeah.
Which fucks with the cause.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, boy who cried wolf. But then there's like living in Valdosta. I can never say that like racism doesn't exist anymore. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Holy shit. The way I describe Valdosta, it's like a Tarantino movie. That is Valdosta. Valdosta looks like it was directed by Tarantino. Like,
it really
for good and bad, for the funny parts and for the appalling parts.
For both.
Yeah, Valdosta.
It's absolutely wild, man.
It is. It's So if I know Valdosta exists, and I do, because that's where I met Gio, I can only imagine that exists elsewhere. And
oh yeah, everywhere. I mean, not everywhere, but there's other places. I mean, I'm sure Mississippi, and as you go to fucking Tuscaloosa, dude.
I'm sure there's some places that make Valdosta look like a beacon of progress and evolution.
1,000,000%
Jesus Christ, I can't even imagine that. Jesus Christ, yeah. But hey, Ernie, that's real.
Put it into perspective, brother.
But hey, that's real America, Ernie. Not L.A. That's real. If Valdosta's real America, then holy fucking shit.
Them lick bars in L.A., they don't get the real America.
If Valdosta is real America, then I need to replace that flag with a Confederate one.
No, man. All it means is we just need to just keep progressing.
Keep progressing.
So in that vein, the Pentagon finally banned the Confederate flag from ever being used again on anything.
On any military base.
How beautiful is that? Disturbing it took until 2020.
Yeah,
but it happened.
Yeah, you don't fly the flags of the losers. They lost.
Dude, they were rebel flag.
They were traitors. They were traitors.
These guys literally killed you to enslave people. Why would we be proud of that?
They're traitors. What? They're traitors. They're traitors.
Literally, like they committed treason. One of the worst crimes you can commit.
Treason. They took up arms against the.
I've never understood that, man. The flag. I mean, look, I get your relatives. I understand wanting to love people because they're your people, whatever.
Sure.
But let me tell you something. That flag, when I look at that flag, to me, I think racism. I don't think. Well, some nice folks in America. No, I think those people are racist. Yeah. Whether it's good or not, whether it's true or not, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Because that's what that flag feels to someone like me.
Yeah.
And now I'm someone who's very integrated in white culture.
Yeah.
Now imagine a Hispanic who doesn't talk like me, or who doesn't dress like me, or doesn't hang out with white people.
Yeah.
Or imagine the black person down the street who has never hung out with a white person in their lives. What do you think they think?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's very
true. Yeah, it is. Fuck that. Fuck losers. Losers don't win. Fuck that. Yeah.
Fuck traitors, dude.
Yeah. Ernesto Ausejo. Oh, and I was just thinking of this just now. Yeah, for anyone that's in Valdosta and you don't want to open up your mouth or something, hey, you're not alone. I was in Atlanta for 10 years and then did Valdosta for 2 years. My jaw was on the floor. You're not alone. Transfer to UGA. Transfer to Georgia State. Get the fuck out of that racist backwards town. Fuck that place. Fuck that place. This isn't like a happy message. Yeah. Like, end of message. Brother. Fuck Valdosta. You fucking racist backwards Tarantino wet dream.
Get the fuck out of Valdosta.
You fucking losers. Fuck you.
Quinn.
Yeah. Quinn is the worst example. Quinn is a fucking teddy bear. Why would you do that?
Quinn.
I'm gonna fucking send them.
No, not like that. I was just saying because he's from there.
I thought you were saying.
All our friends know Quinn is not.
No, Stephen
Quinn.
Stephen Quinn is a great person. Cal, Dan, hey, they're all great people. No.
Sweet boy. He's actually an actor.
He is.
Watch all of his.
He is. I've tried to get him on this podcast, and he won't fucking come on here. Fuck you, Stephen. Actually, you know what? Fuck you, Quinn. Yeah, he will. He'll do it when it's big enough. He'll do it when it's big enough. Ernie, I love you, brother, and hopefully next time my internet won't be sucking a fat dick.
Brother.
Thank you so much for coming on, man. Stay safe. Love you too, buddy. Peace.
Always, dude. Let's do it again soon.
Fuck yeah, absolutely. Peace.
Peace.